Hello, uh, Tammy. Again, like I said, I don't, in my last video, I don't really do videos that often, but I just wanted to also, speak again about my experiences. Today has been a little rough for sure. So I just wanted to kind of speak to you all on what I'm feeling while I'm actually going through it in the moment. Today has been really rough. I am hurting a lot of back pain, and my ears are just ringing nonstop. Um, I have my throat is feels like, and I explained this in my last video when I was going through exactly all the things I was experiencing throughout this, many years, but just as of right now, what I'm feeling is, and you can hear my voice is just a little bit of hoarse and groggly. That happens from time to time, and it's usually when this area flares up. So my throat is, I don't know if it's my throat, but it's from here into here. And when I went to an ENT, they explained to me it was GERD or whatever. I don't know what triggers it. I've tried to stay off of saucy foods. I mean, I do mess up sometimes and, may have some salsa or something like that. But, I just don't know what's exactly is triggering this to happen, but it doesn't appear to really completely go away. I feel kind of like almost like I have a chest cold, but it just hurts all the time, like super dry. I cannot even explain to you how dry my throat is and how dry my mouth is on a regular basis. It's just ridiculous. No matter how much water I drink, I just constantly feel like I'm thirsty. So, today specifically, it's been a rough day. I don't know if you can, it's really hard with the video, but you can kind of see my eyes look, you know, pretty rough. I look exhausted, and I did sleep at kind of a normal amount of time, I guess, about 6 hours, 7 hours. Um, I keep eye drops in my eyes, so you may catch me on some video where my eyes will look super red. That's usually in the morning when I wake up, and then I put eye drops in my eyes, and sometimes I'll use them multiple times throughout the day just because I don't like to look like I'm high. um, and so, yeah, so my back today is just, oh, it hurts. It's in between my shoulders in the upper part of my back. It's just like this gnawing, sharp pain that will not go away. Earlier, I was feeling a really sharp pain through my, like in this area, that would not stop. It was just stabbing. And when I took a deep breath, it was hurting. Thank God that went away because that was pretty scary. And I feel super bloated today. I'm, like I said, achy. My wrists hurt. My feet are freezing. My my best friend, I will show you who my best friend is, because without this I would probably have my heater on in the middle of the summer. But this is my best friend. Oh, where are you? Right there. That's my best friend. Um, I've had that for a while. That keeps me warm on a daily basis at all times, and I try to shut it off at night sometimes because I get so thirsty already without the heater. And now it's, but I just get so cold, so I turn it on and off throughout the night. I do get up multiple times a night, peeing. I don't know why. I just constantly have to pee, and I always feel like I'm like holding so much water weight. Um, you can see it in my legs. You can just see it. If I can feel it, my stomach is always usually distended. So I don't know, but today has not been a fun day for me. I was dealing with headaches this weekend quite a bit. It was just nonstop. I hate taking Motrin, but I have to take it because it's the only thing that seems to relieve the headaches and relieve any kind of uncomfortable, joint pain and whatever I'm feeling. And, so that's where I'm at. I just, didn't have any main purpose for specifically doing the video other than to just explain as of today, since my last video, my symptoms change, periodically, but the ones that stay the most, or that are more constant, is the joint pain, the back pain, heart palpitations, my eyes being swollen. I mean, this is actually not bad. Usually they're like out here, puffy, swollen. I have a like a little rash. You can't see it. It's just a bump, like little bumps all inside of my chest area that they just go there. I have no idea. They won't go away. And today I'm not really experiencing my face breaking out for a change. I just got through a big bout with that, so it usually will flare up and then it'll go away for a while, and then all of a sudden it'll just come back full force. So definitely has been one of the rougher days. I'm at this point, I'm just so ready to get the explant done. My surgery is scheduled for July 21st. And it is with Dr. Wise, Wiss. I'm in Jacksonville, Florida. My surgery is going to cost $8,000. I think it was $8,200 if I'm not mistaken. I did pay a $500 deposit, and I had the consultation over the phone. So the doctor just basically saw a picture of me in my bathing suit, and then he talked to me like I'm talking to you right now, just virtually, and he answered a bunch of questions that I had. But I'm going to see him a week before my actual surgery, and he'll be able to do a physical examination and really kind of go over the breast lift, because at first with him I didn't tell him I wanted to do that, and then I decided after that I was going to do it. So I'm kind of nervous about that. Just, I know the scars, and my scars don't always look that great, so I'm a little bit nervous. Now my breast implant scars are not bad at all. They really look great. You can't really see them, but again, that was 21 years ago, so they looked rough for a little while, and then eventually they just kind of faded out. But I have also had a tummy tuck due to the weight gain that I've had, so I don't think I would have gotten that had I not put on 25 pounds, or 20 plus pounds at this point. Like I said in my last video, I was started out at 120, around 115, 120, and now I'm 159 pounds. So that's a lot of weight for me. I'm only 5'4.5", and I typically am, an athletic built, but petite. I had very small arms, extremely small waist. Even when I was pregnant and had my babies, I had a very small waist, and I just started swelling everywhere. My stomach swole, was fat all the way around. It wasn't just a little pudge. It was like I was getting, my waist got thick and wide, and my hips and butt, everything got really wide. So I ended up getting a tummy tuck in hopes that would fix the issue and make me look smaller. And that was a pretty big waste of money, because I ended up, I'm just gaining weight back. Now my stomach still looks pretty fat. I mean, I'll show you. I'm not really shy about showing what I have here, but I don't know if I can really do this that great. But so this is that's my waist at this point, and it probably doesn't look that bad, but if you can see my waist, you can see where it's now getting back. See all this? That was not, I've never had this. I've never had this kind of, let me look at my back. Like, that's something I've never had to experience. And then the size of my bottom is also a lot bigger than it ever was. And also my arms, you can see how swollen. Now, you've never seen me before, but I definitely have never had arms like this. My arms have always been really thin. So it's the weight gain has certainly affected me with this, and I do believe it is part of the implant. Um, the the implant causing this, because I've tried everything and anything you could possibly try to lose weight. I've tried diet pills. I've tried everything. All the diet pills do is make my heart race, and I can't deal with it. I can't deal with, like, all of a sudden I'm so extremely sensitive to caffeine and things like that. So I can't even take diet pills. Honestly, I've tried, and I've tried all different kinds. I've tried some that were not, natural, go low. I've tried, like, there's so much money I've spent just to try to lose weight, on top of working out with my brother, who's a personal trainer, for 4.5 years, and just to look like that. Like, I literally have not lost. I can't lose weight. I stayed the same now. I'm pretty much kind of adjusted and said, okay, this is the way I'm going to be. I guess there's nothing else I can do. But it's really hard for me to accept that, because I know my body. I know what I have always been. And it's not a thing where it's like, oh yeah, sure, when you were young you were thin. No, I was thin. Even after my implants, I was thin up to 36 or so. And you're like, okay, well, a lot of people say, well, you're turning 40. Well, that's what it is. Well, no, because when I was 36, it was creeping up. It, like, hit me. The 20 pounds hit me pretty quick, but I did start working out. I lost a little bit, but when it hit, like, I mean, my everything swelled. You can see my face is swollen, my arms, my waist now, and you can actually see more now that I'm sitting down, but you can see that. I mean, that is after a tummy tuck. And I don't just sit around eating like it's nothing like that. I don't do that. I truly want to be back to my natural build. I'm not expecting to be back when I was 19 years old. It's not like that. I'm a realistic person, but I do know that something is causing me not to be able to lose weight. I know how to do it. I've been doing it for years. I used to be an aerobics instructor. I have been worked out most of my life. And even throughout my pregnancies and all that, I would jump right back, and my waist was super small. I was right back down into a size 3. And now nothing I do. And I've had a professional help, and they still can't do anything for me. So I know that this is what's causing this issue. And I know that I truly believe that when these come out, that as hard as it's going to be to deal with being, having my breasts smaller, I will be so happy to finally get them out and feel like, okay, I may have a chance now. And even if not all of my symptoms go away, maybe some of it is old age. I'm 48 years old. Maybe it's just I need to accept certain things. I have arthritis in my knees. Okay, I can accept that. But the way I'm feeling on a daily basis is the part that I really want to, I'm really looking forward to getting that part back, having my energy back, wanting to work out, not having excruciating pain every time I lift a weight, just looking like I'm sick. I look sick. Like, my face looks dry, my eyes are puffy. I just don't look good. I'm short of breath. Every time I worked out, I couldn't catch my breath. And I would be working out beside women that were 60, 65 years old, and I couldn't even hang. Like, and I'm a very strong person. I've always been that way. My brother's like, oh, my sister, yeah, she can lift this and that. And, I've always been strong, and I can't even lift the same as women that are 15 years older than me anymore. So there's definitely a lot that this has done to my life. And before I even knew what was going on, it's been affecting me for so many years. And I have, I'm at that point now where I'm just ready to move on with my life, get this over with. So I have, a little less than 2 months to get this explant done, and I am so looking forward to it. I'm really excited to share what will happen after. So I'm looking forward to that. I also would love to be able to help anyone with that's going through this, for support, because I know that we could feel alone. Nobody understands what we're going through other than people who are going through it. So all of these, family members of mine, they love me and they want me to feel good again. But I think at some point they were just like, okay, like what is going on? Like this is really, even my own mother who loves me to death and knows me so well inside and out. She was just like, well, maybe, maybe Tammy, maybe you're just, it's in your head, maybe you just need to, I know you're going through things. I can see that you're going through things, but maybe it's not as bad as you think it is and all this. And I'm like, oh yeah, she doesn't even know the actual everything I'm going through. She's just hears me complaining about things, when I'm going through certain points. I don't tell her everything, because who wants to hear that? Nobody wants to sit here and hear somebody completely just go on and on and on about all their ailments. And the only reason I feel comfortable enough to do this online is because I know there's other women that are going through this, and it's going to be the women who are searching out these type of videos. So it's not like I'm a hypochondriac wanting to tell everybody all these pains and ailments I'm going through. I'm actually not. I'm the opposite, but I'm going through it. It's a real thing. It's a real life experience. And I want other women to know that, that they're not alone. That's my main thing, is because I felt very alone throughout this whole thing. And it is so refreshing to have women that are feeling the same thing that I'm feeling, and that it's like just confirming that I'm not crazy. So I'm sorry this is so long. I do tend to go on and on, especially when I'm passionate about something. So I would really love for whoever is watching this video, if they need anything, any kind of encouragement, or just to vent and say what they're feeling or what they're going through. I am a great listener. I love helping people, especially through psychological things, because this is a really hard thing to go through. The explant is going to be awful. It's going to be awful to experience losing that part of me that I've had for 21 years, but it will also be enlightening and fresh and new. It's like another chance at life. So there's going to be, obviously I'm not going to be unrealistic and say, okay, it's going to be great, wonderful, perfect. It is going to be hard. It's going to be hard because I'm going to be back down to a smaller breast size. I don't know what they're going to look like. I'm probably going to have scars. I already have scars from my tummy tuck, and I don't have a husband. I don't have anybody that I'm dating, and I haven't for some time now, because I just don't feel good. And now I have to expose myself to somebody new when I do start dating. Hey, look at me, I'm all full of scars, and I shouldn't care, but there's always going to be that part of us, I think, that does care a little bit. And I just have to learn through this process, and I hope that I do, to love myself through all my scars and all of my bad parts as well as my good parts. Like there's a whole package. It's not just what I look like, it's also who I am inside. So I'm learning that journey, and I think that this will really help me with that as well, to get these things out and realize that this isn't who I am. But anyways, I do appreciate whoever's watched this video. I don't have subscribers necessarily. I just honestly am putting this out here for whoever wants to hear it. And I do appreciate you watching. Thank you. And I'll be updating on the next couple of weeks, just to kind of let you know if any changes have happened as I get closer to my surgery date, and then of course afterwards. But thank you for listening, and God bless you all. I hope whoever's going through this, that they get better and they get their explant if that's what they want. And I hope it all works out for them as well. But feel free to put some comments in there. I would be more than happy to respond and talk to somebody about whatever they're feeling or going through, or if they just have questions. All right, thank you. Take care.